Any word on why Bowser said no to the National Guard? Trump approved. Oh, you know what? That is the next story that I was covering too. Um, oh no, that's Bowser. I was to cover Bannon, Trump's ex-aide. They locked him up. Let me just cover that real quick. Let me touch that real quick. There's so many people in legal trouble in high places. It's like somewhat unreal. I'm not going to get all deep into this, but former Trump strategist Steve Bannon has railed against the Biden regime after being sentenced to 4 months in jail for contempt of Congress. Bannon is 68. Can you imagine going to jail at 68 years old, yo? Bannon, 68, was convicted in July on 2 counts for refusing to provide either testimony or documents to a committee probing the 6th January 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. Well, I guess pleading the fifth ain't going to help you in some people cases because he got 4 months. In addition to the jail time, Bannon must now also pay a fine of $6,500. That's 58.33 in euros for all my people over there in the UK. He has denied any criminal wrongdoing. Judge Carl Nichols said that Bannon would be released for the time being while any appeal to the sentence is resolved. Today was my judging day by the judge, Bannon told reporters immediately following the sentencing. We will have a vigorous appeal. Referring to the upcoming midterm elections, he added, on November 8th, we are going to have judgment on the on November 8th, we are going to have judgment on the illegitimate Biden regime. Bannon has repeatedly made similar statements in the past and falsely claimed that Donald Trump won the 2020 president election. Hours after Bannon was sentenced, Mr. Trump was formally issued his own legal summons from the January 6th panel, ordering him to testify before lawmakers about the Capitol riot. Like Bannon, Mr. Trump could face criminal charges if he does not comply with the summons. So they're gonna give Trump 4 months in jail too if he don't answer if he decide not to answer the subpoena like this guy. Wow. Bannon was a key player in Mr. Trump's successful 2016 election campaign and later took the role of chief strategist at the White House. He left that position following a violent fair right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in August 2017. Even after his departure, the combative podcaster was considered a top ally for Mr. Trump. The relationship between the two men, however, has occasionally been complicated. Following the 2018 publication of the book Fire and Fury by journalist Michael Wolff, which attributed a number of controversial statements to Bannon, Mr. Trump disavowed him, saying that he cried when he got fired and begged for his job and referred to him as Sloppy Steve. And he still ain't testified against you. In the wake of January 6, 2021 riot, Bannon did not comply with the summons known as a subpoena, seeking testimony and records about efforts by Mr. Trump and his political allies to overturn the outcome of the 2020 presidential election, as well as about the events that led up to the storming of Congress. Prosecutor J.P. Cooney said on Friday that Mr. Bannon hid behind a fabricated claim of executive privilege to thumb his nose at Congress. It must be made clear to the public that no one is above the law, Mr. Cooney said. Ahead of Bannon's sentencing, prosecutors alleged that his refusal to comply exacerbated the assault on the Capitol, and that he continues to unlawfully, without documents and testimony that stand to help the committee's authorized investigation to get to the bottom of what led to January 6th. Bannon's attorneys have characterized the case as politically motivated and said that he was attempting to negotiate rather than ignore the subpoenas. They added that he believed the headlines in the summons were flexible. Judge Nicholas partly agreed, saying that it appeared that Bannon was following legal advice and that he did not completely ignore the subpoena or fail to engage with the committee at all. Defense attorney David Schoen, who represented Mr. Trump in his second impeachment trial at the U.S. Senate, said that Bannon was acting on principle. He also accused prosecutors of being in zeal to make Bannon their trophy. Quite frankly, Mr. Bannon should make no apology, Mr. Schoen said. There is nothing here to deter. There is nothing here to punish. President Joe Biden declined to comment to reporters at the White House, said, I never have a reaction to Steve Bannon. In their own sentencing memorandum, the defense said their client should be sentenced to probation only and stated that contempt of Congress charges are rare. Two other senior Trump administrative officials, Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and his deputy Dan Scavino Jr., were not charged after ignoring committee subpoenas. In a separate case, Bannon is also facing separate fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering charges in New York after being accused of cheating donors to a fundraiser aimed at helping Mr. Trump build a wall at the U.S.-Mexico border. He previously faced federal charges over the same allegations before being pardoned by Trump. It is so crazy out here, man. Like, this is yo. Prior to Biden and Trump, elections wasn't even like this, yo. Like, this is like the biggest circus. Like, nobody want to take the L. It's like, man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. All right, for the last story, Kanye